What's up, everybody? My name is Lisa, for those of you that don't know. I'm just going to read out of this book again today, The Language of Letting Go. Today is June 29th, and God's will. God's will most often happens in spite of us, not because of us. We may try to second guess what God has in mind for us, looking, searching, hyper vigilant to seek God's will as though it were buried treasure, hidden beyond our reach. If we find it, we win the prize. But if we're not careful, we miss out. That's not how it works. We may believe that we have to walk on eggshells, saying, thinking, and feeling the right thing, while forcing ourselves somehow to be in the right place at the right time to find God's will. But that's not true. God's will for us is not hidden like a buried treasure. We do not have to control or force it. We do not have to walk on eggshells in order to have it happen. It is right there inside and around us. It is happening right now. Sometimes it is quiet and uneventful and includes the daily disciplines of responsibility and learning to take care of ourselves. Sometimes it is healing us when we're in circumstances that trigger old grieving and unfinished business. Sometimes it is grand. We do not have a part. Oh, we do have a part. We have responsibilities, including caring for ourselves. But we do not have to control God's will for us. We are being taken care of. We are protected. And the power caring for and protecting us loves us very much. If it is a quiet day, trust the stillness. If it is a day of action, trust the activity. If it is time to wait, trust the pause. If it is time to receive that which we have been waiting for, trust that it will happen clearly and with power, and receive the gift and joy. Today I will trust that God's will is happening as it needs to in my life. I will not make myself anxious and upset by searching vigorously for God's will, taking unnecessary actions to control the course of my destiny, or wondering if God's will has passed me by and I have missed it. I just heard slow down and enjoy the ride. Okay, so let's read from, or let's pull a couple of cards here from this Mystical Shaman Oracle. Whew. And see how it's connected. I'm also hearing something about accountability. It's like taking accountability for whatever it is, for your actions. That's what I'm hearing. All right, so let's see. Should show. All right, give me one card for the collective today. Here we go. Taming the Wind. And this is 55, which is a 10, which is about an ending or a completion, okay? But two fives are about, that's about change, right? Okay, so let's read what this is. And then it has the Witness right here, which is a 64, which is a 10 as well. So there's some sort of completion, some cycle completing here for sure. All right, so possibly like trying to control an outcome just in relation to what we just read about God's will and like giving into it, just like releasing yourself. It's like, okay, wow, just flip to it. Okay, so Taming the Wind. Here the feather, a symbol that is used in clearing ceremonies for smudging, reminds you of the sacred commitment you make to your life. This is the symbol of consciously bringing the spiritual into the material, infusing the world with reverence and an acknowledgement of the higher planes of existence that influence and animate all life. The feather is a symbolic reminder of deliberately entering into a partnership with the Great Spirit to co-create for the highest good of all. It's time to clear your energy, be present, and become conscious of how you communicate. This is a good time to write in a journal and put your thoughts into a cohesive form. Perhaps you need to actually do a smudging ceremony in your home or office, creating a sacred space to write about your dreams and desires. Just remember that when Taming the Wind appears as a symbol, it's time to honor the Great Spirit with reverence and respect. The medicine. It's time to clean up any misunderstandings with others. Clear the air after disagreements and allow others to share their side of things. You are called now to be a good listener. This is not time to be right. It's a time for you to understand rather than be understood. Good things come out of this restraint of tongue and pen. You will be surprised at how things get resolved when you allow for all sides to have value. Wow. So I just heard something about, it's been about divine timing all along. Okay, so really getting connected with source and like just sitting in his graces. That's what I'm really getting from this. So make sure to like, I mean, obviously you can do whatever you want, but what I'm getting from here is this, like, to really make time to create your space to connect with source. So to make sure that where you're running isn't ego driven, and write it out and talk it out. It also says something about like healing disagreements and things like that. So, and in connection with what we got out of the other book, it's like divine timing. It's like possibly, obviously both sides here. All right. Wow. So that was pretty cool. So make sure to connect and write it out. You know, and I feel like yesterday we said something about pause, right? God is in the pause. So it's all connected here, because yesterday was something about like self-will, and so it's really about being present, being in the moment, okay? And just remembering that like God's will isn't forced. It's like, you know, if you keep hitting a block, it's like, you know, you got to like ask yourself, like, why are you trying to force this? Are you forcing this because this is like something that you want, but possibly not the best thing for you? Or is it not working out because you're supposed to do something different? Like you're being directed a different path. So I don't know. There's something here. Really connecting with the earth. Of course, all these cards are really about connecting to the earth and meditating, just grounding yourself, being healed by Mother Earth. So yeah, just make time to really connect, so that you can listen, you know, not just to others, but to what Spirit actually has to say to you. Yeah. All right, guys. I love you. I mean, because, okay, they're telling me to share that, because when I first started meditating, it was like 6 or 7 years ago, probably like 7 years ago. Yeah. I started talking to this lady, and I was like overwhelmed and being dramatic about something. And I was like, and I'm praying and nothing is happening. And she was like, well, you're praying and praying, but like, when was the last time like you stopped and listened to what God actually had to say? And I was like, you know, mind blown. So I feel like that's the message right there. And just be open to it, even if it's not what you want to hear. Okay, feels done. I love you. Have an amazing day. And I will see you real soon. And remember that my website's up and I am running a sale, 50% off on all the readings. My website is in the description. And to get the 50% off discount code, it's SALE, sale, and then 50. So yeah, take advantage of that. All right. Bye, guys.